Welcome once again to another Buy the Rips, Sell the Dips video. What is going on, guys? It is Sunday, and boy, are things going to get pretty interesting as we get closer and closer to Christmas. What's going on, guys? Today, we're going to be diving in and taking a look at what coins are actually doing pretty good for us to buy that dip and sell the rip. Of course, like always, guys, if you want awesome, best information on what to buy, when not to buy, what to look for, Boltz Alpha's where to go. Link is down below. So let's get started with the first one, guys. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on. The market is a little bit sketchy right now. The good thing is a lot of really good coins are actually at a discount. They're actually at a really good price. So right now is the time to actually load up on some of these and see where they go. We're going to start off with the first one, guys. And as you guys know, I've been telling you about this coin forever. And that is one coin on the USD1 pairs. Unfortunately, USD1 pairs, the team running USD1 needs some major help. Call me in. I will literally solve the problem that's happening in USD1. But today we're going to be taking a look at one coin. Right now, one coin is hovering around 6.2 million. Eventually, I think anything along that line of where it's at right now to 5 million mark, to like that 5.5 million, is a good entry zone. So if you're looking to get and add a little bit here and you kind of been on the fence, that would be the time to actually kind of give it a test here. And I think this is your range right here. These two lines would be your ideal range. Good bidding zone right here at 6, and perfect bidding zone here at this 6.2 range. I think ideally anything within 6 mil, like 6 to 5 mil is a really good buying zone. I still potentially, this should give you a nice little 2x. Does it break all-time high? Look, listen, I think it does break all-time high. It's just like, I don't know why the team behind USD1 pairs are so slow currently right now in actually doing what they need to do. But me personally, I think it does break all-time high. But even if it doesn't break all-time high, I still think potentially from where it's at right now, you should theoretically be able to get a nice little 2x here. Once again, not financial advice. This is literally what I'm doing to trade. I'm in this coin way below this mark, so I'm still in profit, but I'm just letting you guys know if you're trying to add on this one. Really good entry point at the current moment. The next one we're going to be taking a look at is at Neet, and I've called this one once already, and it did a nice little 2x from that first initial call, which was down here right up to 14 mil. So nice little 2x right now. Looks like it might be coming back down. It's within that 9 mil to 8 mil range. I think the ideal entry for this one, guys, of course, is this 8.5, 9 mil range. Right now, I would kind of wait to see if it kind of dips a little bit more here and falls down to this 8 line. And that's where I would probably add on this one. Looking for a nice little 2x. Hopefully, it runs up more than the 2x, but theoretically speaking, in a shorter span of time, that is what we're looking at. The other one, which is a newer coin, and the thing with newer coins, I like to mention them because they could always get a nice little run up. But the problem with newer coins is like you really don't know exactly the team that's running it, if they're legit, if they're not legit, if they plan on pushing it further, or if they don't. Unfortunately, the biggest thing, and the thing I kind of like about this coin, I'm gonna explain why. Super viral, and I kind of like the price that it's currently at right now, due to the fact that it got PvP. You guys know how much I hate PvP. But ideally, if this does come down here to this I would say like this 3 million range, I think that's a nice little bidding zone right there. And something that you might want to consider. Right now it's at 4 mil. Maybe it gets another dip here at 3 mil, and we start consolidating here. And then we look for the next leg up, and hopefully it doesn't get PvP'd by the other Franklin that's running. And it actually goes back up. So right now we're looking at it. 3 mil would be ideally here to enter. That would be like the nice buy zone. So anything between like 3.5 to 3 mil would probably be where I'm going to try to add here. 4 mil is not bad, but of course, as you guys know me, I like to get perfect entry. So 3.5 to 3 mil ideally is pretty good. If you guys don't want to miss out and you're like, oh, this is going to go way higher, 4 mil is not a bad entry at all. So I'm just going to wait for the optimal entry if you're not in it. And this is Franklin, a little bit newer, but still could possibly run. The next one, guys, you know me, I love bottom charts. This is about to get bottomed out pretty soon right now. It's theoretically bottomed down already. Came down all the way down to right here, like almost about to hit 8 mil. It's kind of hovering at 9.5 mil. I would look for a nice little dip here. Anything below 9 or like 9.5 would be a pretty good entry. I don't know if this actually goes back to all-time high, but I did think it still has the potential of giving you a 2x to 80%. This is on Jupe. So hopefully you guys get locked in here. A little bit of a risky play on this one, but I still think it has the upside to give you that nice little 2x there for you guys to actually get your hands on here, or at least a 80%. The other one we're going to be taking a look at, guys, as you guys know, I've been calling useless since 2 mil. One of the craziest runs in all 2025. Right now, it looks like it's kind of hovering here below 100, 100, a million, which theoretically is still a pretty good bid zone. But of course, we want that juicy entry. So anything like right here where it's at right now would be a pretty good entry just because it's below 100 mil. But we kind of want to set up two parameters here. We want to set up this 86 parameter because it already came down here. So anything between that 95 to 85 mil range, I think it's an ideal entry point. Potential here for a nice little upside to give you a nice little 2x 80%. Hopefully, kind of we get back. The way the market is right now, it's kind of slippity slidey. So it goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it goes down. But eventually, if the market starts just going up, 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 I do see that this actually does reclaim, kind of like getting closer to the all-time high. So pretty good entry. Ideally a 2x. I'm looking here with a longer hold, just depending on how long the market takes to recover. The next one we have, guys, is a once again a newer coin called Whitewhale, and this one in particular just recently got, I think it was like two days ago. It got the approval from the actual artist behind the coin, so we got a pretty massive support. Right now it's at 4 mil. 4.3. I would kind of wait to see what this does around this range, like that 4 mil range. I think ideally that's the range you're kind of looking to bid here. But I would want to get below that, kind of like that 3.8. If it does come down to that 3.8, 3 mil range, that's kind of where I'm looking to bid. But I do think it does reverse a little bit. So you might look for a nice little 2x here. Once again, with newer coins, it's a little bit trickier. So you want to play it a little bit more safer. Than these are the kind of like you just want to keep an eye on, or just don't bid too heavy on. The other one we have is Wojak, and now Wojak is actually on the move right now, but it had a nice little bid here around 25 mil. I was going to tell you, if you were able to get here within that 25 mil or within this range right here of these like nice little 26 range here, that would have been the ideal entry. We're going to see if we get another retracement right now in this little run up that it's having. See if it comes back here within that 26 mil range. But anything within 26 to 25 range, I think it's a pretty good buy zone. I think it's going to be consolidating here for at least another, I'm going to say at least another 48 hours or so. So it's something you want to keep an eye on. And Wojak looks to be primed to actually rip. It already ran to 60 mil. So I'm thinking potentially we do see a retest of that 60, potentially a push to 80 to 100. So you want to keep an eye on this one, just that you want to get that ideal entry. Of course, anything under 30, if it's going to run up to 100, still gives you a nice little 3x. But ideal entry would be between that 25 and 26 mil range where you want to get in here. The next one we're looking at is 67. As you guys know, I've been mentioning this quite a lot. Unfortunately, it had a major dip. We were kind of not expecting this huge dip, but we were kind of anticipating it in the sense that we were going to touch that 10 mil. Usually coins tend to come down all the way to 10, 10, 8, or 9. They consolidate a little bit for the next run up. But it was holding very well here within that 20 mil, like that 15 mil, 20 mil range. It had a dip down to 10. I think it's kind of like in buy zone right now where it's at 10. Ideally, this is where I would add. Theoretically speaking, it still has a possibility of dipping a little bit more, all the way down to 8, and then consolidating there. If it could hold this ground of this 10 mil for at least another 40 to 72 hours, I think we're in a good trend to actually get another tick upwards and give you a like from 10 to 20 should theoretically be doable and possible. That's a nice little 2x. I still think potentially, just based on virality, that this should theoretically run. So we're pretty adamant at this one. I just don't know why it hasn't ran as hard as I think it should. But once again, we're always gambling, and we think that this one still has legs. Just that this bid zone is kind of almost like a gift, to be honest. The other one we have, guys, is Pcule. You guys know I'm a big fan of Pcule. They recently are going to plan update on their website. As you guys know, a lot of the everybody's almost talking about predictive marketing. PQ is kind of like the leader when it comes to ICMs that are within that market. Right now, it came down all the way to 3.7. It's almost a gift and a layup here. I still think this one actually gives you a nice little 2x, even potentially more. But PQ looks pretty solid on this kind of crazy dip. The last one we have is nobody, and I've been mentioning this to you guys for quite a while now. We did give you guys a beautiful entry here at kind of around this range here. And I'm just gonna mention it again because you just want to be looking at this range right here, was this 9 mil range. Anything below 10, between 10 and 9 should be an ideal entry to potentially give you another 2x on this one. And it's one that I would keep an eye on. I would not buy it at the current state where it's at 10.4. I would literally wait for this to dip below 9, and that's where I probably would enter this one if you're looking to pick this up. And these are the coins that I feel like are going to do pretty well this week. Of course, as you guys know, usually what tends to happen is there's a new coin that comes out and it spawns and it does pretty well. People start selling the old coins and rotate to the newer coin, because that's literally where we're at right now. We're playing musical chairs. As you guys know, I'm trying to change the space and trying to bring people in here so we can have more bids. So hopefully you guys love that. If you do, don't forget to check us out every Tuesday and Thursday. We stream it live, catching a 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x. And if you guys don't want to miss those daily, head on over to Boltz Alpha. Link is down below, where we give you guys nice, healthy calls on what you should pick up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.